Hello and welcome to All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. Today I'm just delighted to have a young person, a really outstanding young man, as our guest, Creighton Davis. Creighton, welcome to All About Community.
Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Harris. Good morning to you and good morning to the audience.
Good. We're delighted to have you. Now, let's talk for a moment about your background. Where did you grow up? Were you born and raised somewhere around Oakland? Or?
I was born in San Francisco. And
that's just right across the bay.
Right across from the bay. And as an adult, I made the right choice of moving over to Oakland because that's the best place to be in the bay. But I grew up, was born in San Francisco, grew up in San Mateo, and then went to high school at St. Ignatius. So I was in San Francisco a lot.
St. Ignatius, is that where you graduated from high school?
That is.
And then what did you do after graduation from high school?
Yeah, after high school, I went to Boston College. And
Boston College?
Yes.
Why Boston College when you have all these great colleges right here in Bay Area?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, I felt like I really wanted to get out and explore the world and leave the beautiful state of California because I always knew that I was going to come back. And I was also a Division I swimmer. So I went to BC.
You can swim?
I can swim. Believe it or not, well, maybe I should say I could swim because now if you threw me in a pool, I don't know if I could get very far.
Division I swimmer.
Yeah, okay. That's right. That's right. So I swam the 100 butterfly.
And then you gave it up.
And then I gave it up because those early morning practices were not too enjoyable. And I also wanted to study abroad. And during my junior year, I studied in London and then in Cairo, Egypt. And after that, there was no coming back to swimming.
Both great places. I love London and yes. I love Cairo, Egypt. They're both great places.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing like being in Egypt, Africa.
That is right. That is right. I mean, it is really, really fascinating country. I mean, with the history, but also just the present day.
And how long were you there?
I was there for 4 months.
4 months. Okay. So yes. You got exposed to a lot of stuff.
I did. I was a political science major in college. So I studied political science when I was in Cairo, but also Middle Eastern and Islamic studies. So I took an array of really, really interesting classes.
So that got you interested in law, I suppose.
Yeah, political science was the initial, entree to, a legal career as it is for many.
Say. My undergraduate education was in sociology.
Oh, okay. The
not
humanities.
Political science.
So you kind of trailblazed a different path.
Right.
Then.
Now, where did you go to law school?
I went to New York University School of Law.
Why New York University? Now, why not Berkeley School of Law? It used to be known as Boat Hall.
Yes, that's a great question. So after college, I ended up going to New York to become a teacher. So I taught middle school social studies in the South Bronx for 4 years.
Oh, you did?
Okay. I did. So my first year, I taught 6th grade. The second year, I taught 6th grade again, and then moved with the same group of kids from 6th grade to 8th grade. And during that time, I just saw the impacts of systems and structures on my kids that I could not control. And I thought that going into law would offer the opportunity to really make an impact on those systems and structures.
Now, when you graduated from law school, did you go to a law firm or corporation or what?
Yeah, so I, like many law students, I was saddled with a ton of student loan debt, both from undergrad and law school. So I graduated with $325,000 in student loan debt.
You kidding?
Yeah. So imagine, starting your career.
$325,000?
Yeah. From undergrad.
You must have been spending high.
Well, I guess I was going to NYU and BC. And, with that kind of, debt obligation, I knew that, I had to address it. So I went to a law firm called Skadden Arps.
That's a big one.
It is a big one.
It's a great law firm.
Yeah, yeah.
It headquartered in D.C., if I remember correctly, somewhere around.
Yeah, you're right. East Coast is a big hub, D.C., and then also New York. So I was at their Times Square location, and I practiced mergers and acquisitions, and then also project finance, so energy and infrastructure projects.
And why did you decide to leave?
Well, I came back home. I came back to the Bay Area, and I knew that I wanted to try different things, and I wanted to explore the legal profession more broadly. So now I'm at Facebook, and I am lead counsel for the governance team at Facebook, which is the team that is responsible for democratizing decision making at Facebook.
And how long you been at Facebook?
So I've been there since May.
May.
Yeah, so May of this year. So I'm pretty new. I've survived a layoff already and a lot of tumultuous things, but it's been a great experience, and there's a lot of work to be done.
And Facebook has a fairly large, if I remember correctly, legal staff.
That's right. That's right. And it's been growing significantly over the past several years. So the team that I support is really a team that is new at Meta. They report directly to the president of the company, Nick Clegg, and their task is to really think about how to bring community voices into the decision-making process, community voices into how policies are made, how procedures are developed. So they've created an external body called the Oversight Board, which is responsible for making content moderation decisions on behalf of Meta. And then they've got a number of other projects as well, all geared towards bringing community voices into decision-making.
Bringing community voices into decision making. Doesn't that sound interesting? Of course it is interesting.
Yeah.
And this program is called All About Community. So it rings together. We're going to have to go to break, unfortunately. But when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about your involvement with the Police Advisory Commission, and then we're going to talk about your new business endeavor. So don't test that remote. Put it down. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Creighton Davis.